welcome back to Hearing Things with Julie and Brad. We are absolutely thrilled to have someone who was an original fan of our blogs and is now a friend, and we've connected in person and connecting online, and she's so graciously agreed to come on. So I want to introduce everybody to Reshma. And Reshma is here. She's going to tell us her hearing loss story. And her perspective is quite different, as she grew up in India and she came to the United States for graduate school. So it'll be really interesting to get an international perspective from someone that lives in a different place than we do here in New England, who's pretty much all you hear from is the people in on the East Coast. So we wanted to mix it up a little bit. Yeah. So, Reshma, welcome. And just to start, we always like to ask everyone what their hearing loss term is, because we all use different labels to kind of identify as people with hearing loss. So what is your term?
So hi, Julie. Hi, Brad. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey. It is so interesting. I have been reading your blog and watching your podcast. I think we corresponded over email also regarding your blog. It has been so interesting so far. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. And yes, to your question, my name is Reshma Iqbal, and I'm an international student from India. I came to the US 3 years ago for higher education. And my hearing loss, the term that I would use to describe myself, I was not very sure about the term that I used. Back in India, where I grew up, we were told to describe ourselves as hearing impaired.
Okay,
and the term deaf was considered, a negative term, right? So hearing impaired meant that we were deaf in a sense, but we were also wearing hearing aids. So we were just not fully deaf, but we could manage with the hearing aid, could manage to hear the hearing aid. So I would consider myself right now as an individual with hearing loss.
Oh, interesting.
Because I feel that I can hear pretty well with hearing aids.
Yeah, okay. That's great. So personal. It's amazing that we ask this question to everyone, and we get so many different answers. It just shows the power of words, right?
Yep, because I just use hearing impaired.
Right, and I use hard of hearing, right?
Big controversy, but I'm sticking with it. And then you use hard of hearing. But collectively, when I talk about us together, I use hard of hearing out of respect for his term.
Right, I appreciate that.
So I kind of like hop into that, but I own my controversial
term. You own it, yeah.
So, Reshma, you mentioned that you have hearing loss and you're aided by hearing aids. Can you tell us a little bit about your hearing loss origin story? Kind of how did this come to be? Is it congenital? Was it from birth? Is it something, from an illness? Anything like that? We always love to hear people's stories if they're comfortable sharing.
Okay. So I was born a healthy baby. And when I was growing up, like with all babies, I used to get fever pretty often, right? And I had to take medicine for the fever. So it so happened that when I was about 18 months old, one doctor gave me an ototoxic antibiotic that caused me to lose my hearing. And I was told to meet an ENT, an ear, nose, throat specialist, and he diagnosed my hearing loss. He said that I had progressive sensorineural bilateral hearing loss. Yeah, so that is my diagnosis. Yeah.
Wow.
Similar to you? Well,
similar to me.
Not the fever,
right.
but
just... For me, the story is similar in that it wasn't medication or fever driven. It seemed to have come out of nowhere.
Okay.
So how old were you? You about 3, 4, 5? What was the age range when it happened?
The age range was sometime 18 months. 18 months.
Oh, wow.
To 2 years. Yeah.
Wow. So you don't remember a time before hearing loss?
No.
Same.
No.
Same. I was diagnosed at 3.5, and I don't remember anything before that.
Yeah, my hearing loss is hereditary, so I get it from my father's side. And so I failed my first hearing test at 5, but I wasn't ready for hearing aids yet. It took me almost 20 years to get hearing aids. So I remember hearing without hearing aids, but I don't remember hearing well because I've never heard well. So it's interesting to see the different stories for sure.
For sure. And we all end up in the same
Yeah,
challenge,
absolutely.
but different way of getting here, for
right,
sure.
exactly. So Reshma, what has been the biggest challenge coming to the United States with hearing loss that you've experienced?
Okay. After coming to the US, my biggest challenge as an individual with hearing loss was dealing with diverse accents.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, as an Indian, when it comes to the letter R,
Yeah.
we roll the R,
Yeah.
right? Whereas with the American accent, I believe that sometimes the R is not even heard at all, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, the alphabet T, T sound in is very pronounced. For example, if we say water,
Oh, okay.
in Indian or British English, we would say water.
Yeah.
But in American English, I believe you say water.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. So I will share an anecdote. One fine day, I was walking to my apartment and I was passing by a commercial building. Then a car passed by me slowly and the driver rolled down the window. He asked me something and I'm going to tell you what I heard. Where is the dollary? Okay, that is what I heard. Okay. Dollary. I'm like, could you repeat that? Where is the dollary? I said, I can't get you. Can you repeat that? Where is the dollary? I said, I'm so sorry. I can't understand what you're saying. I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about. He said, okay. Then I walked ahead. And while I'm walking, I'm thinking, what is that word? I'm repeating the word in my head in the Indian accent, in the American accent, in whatever accent. I'm thinking, what could be dollary? Could it be lollery? Could it be... I'm just going through different combinations in my head. When I said lollery, I understood it meant lottery. 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 And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. He's asking about the lottery office, which makes sense because I was just passing by the building which had the lottery office. So I ran back to that car. I said, hi, you are in the right place. The lottery office is right here. So I think due to, I knew that there would be variations in pronunciations and with the context, it helped me understand what that word could have meant. That has been my biggest challenge, dealing with the accents. But if I think a little bit and sort of play around with the pronunciation, I think I'll be able to figure out the correct word. Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's great.
I also love that you came to the part of the country with the worst accent ever to understand. Like, we're just not
There's
comprehensible
no
ever.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
it's just not going to happen. Oh, that is so funny.
Yeah.
So I really commend you for taking such a big journey from your home country as a non-native speaker to a new place where you can't understand us on a good day, even with full hearing, with the hearing loss, and then immersing yourself in an educational experience that's not in your native language. Like that's huge.
Amazing.
It's amazing. I mean, I don't think I could do it.
I know I couldn't.
There's no way. So welcome.
Yeah.
We're so happy.
Yeah.
Hopefully you had a good experience during your time here in Boston. And
Thank you.
Congratulations on
Yes.
accomplishing that.
I did have a
That's
good
big
time.
deal.
Yeah. I figured out a workaround to deal with the communication gap that I might face. So if I'm at a relatively comfortable understanding I have a good relationship with the other person,
Mm-hmm.
I usually ask the person to type out the word in my phone,
Oh, smart.
right? Or I might use the live transcribe app in
Mm-hmm.
my phone. I will just tell them, I'm just going to take out my phone. I'm going to keep an app open. Do you mind if you talk into my phone? And I'll be able to understand what you're saying.
Smart.
Yes.
That's a great workaround.
That's fantastic. I
I'm
mean,
gonna try that.
the technology now has really helped everybody who has hearing loss because it does give us that option to communicate via text, even
Mm-hmm.
face to face. I love it. It's fantastic.
I'm thinking about being in school, in your classes. What is an accommodation or two that you have used to help you as a learner, as a student?
Sorry. Yeah. So when I came to grad school in the US, I got to know that there is something called CART services, CART. Yeah, communication access real time translation. It is a service where there will be a hearing person. The hearing person will listen to the person currently talking. I'm sorry, currently talking and type out whatever is being spoken into written content. And for my classes, uh, the campus had an arrangement with a remote captioner,
That's great.
and there were three things involved. One was to have a microphone that the professor had to wear.
Mm-hmm.
Second would be a link that the captioner would use. And the third thing would be a device to display the content that the captioner was typing. The device would be from my end. And during my classes, the professor would talk into the microphone, and the captioner would listen to the professor via the link, and then the captioner would type whatever the professor was saying,
Mm-hmm.
and I would be able to see whatever the professor was saying. Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
And yeah, that was so great. We did not have that facility in India. I had to rely on lip reading all the time.
Okay.
I would have to rely on some help from my friends. And because of this service, I was able to follow all my classes. At the same time, there was a delay of a few seconds between what the professor was talking about and what the captioner was typing, because the captioner had to listen to the professor and at the same time type out the content. Yeah, so although it was fairly good, I did encounter two issues. One was the delay, and I'll give an example. The professor might have finished talking, finished explaining the topic, but the captioner would still be typing out the content. And when the professor asked a question in the class,
Mm-hmm.
I would have to wait for the captioner to finish typing. By then, someone else would have answered the question, and I'm still trying to figure out a workaround to that particular issue. Just I don't know how to you know
Yeah.
talk things out with the professor. And second, although the microphone was passed around from the professor to the other classmates, uh, whenever we had a group discussion, there were some people who spoke extremely softly, and they might have had a strong accent. And I believe the captioner was either not able to hear them
Yeah.
or not able to understand them fully. So I always wondered, was it polite? Was it diplomatic enough for me to ask them to talk at a louder volume, which may put them outside their comfort area? You know, I don't know how to broach the topic. On the whole, the remote captioning service in grad school helped a lot, but I feel that there was still gap in accessibility.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
such a great story because it
Love it.
illustrates for people that, yes, there's accommodations available for us.
Mhm.
but it's not a fail-safe. It's not a replacement for being able to hear without
Yes.
assistance from hearing aids or otherwise. That is such an important thing. I don't think people understand is that it's
Yeah.
never perfect enough. We're always a little bit behind no matter what. Well, that was a great story.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that. And in terms of what
Yeah.
you had mentioned about asking others to change their voice volume, that's a sticky thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's situation to situation, person to person. Is it worth the emotional investment in that? Is it worth the personal risk, the vulnerability? Hard. I don't think there's one answer to that question.
Not at all. Every situation is different. Every person is different. Like you'd have a better chance of asking somebody than I would. So I'm a big introvert. So like when you talked about being frustrated by not being able to answer the question, that's not a problem for me. I don't like to speak up in class. And so I wouldn't matter. But it wouldn't matter for me. But it's a great point because accommodations, they don't equalize things. They kind of level the playing field a little bit, but then they introduce new challenges.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
a great point. It's a great story.
I loved hearing about all these accommodations because they didn't exist when I was in grad school.
not at all.
So it's great to hear. So thank you so much for sharing.
That was great.
Yes.
If you don't mind me asking, so in India, there's no assistive technology available really at all, or it's just not commonplace, or what is available, if anything?
There is no assistive technology available which will be provided by the organization,
Okay.
like
Got
by the campus. When I was in India during the pandemic, we had to switch to online meetings, and I had trouble in the beginning, and then understanding the other person, and then I figured out that we could use the live transcribe app on my phone, and then I also figured out the automatic captioning in the online platforms like Teams, Google Meet, Zoom. At the same time, there are advantages and disadvantages to the automatic captioning. They are very quick, they are in real time, but they may not be culturally relevant.
Right.
Right? For example, my name has been given out in so many different combinations. Like my name has been spelled as the country Russia. Okay, so I have been very amused by the different words that are being used to describe my name.
Sure.
But then I understand, it needs to be more culturally relevant, which will not be the case with cart services, because you have high quality manual transcription. Yes.
Right.
So to answer your question, in India we do not have any manual cart services at all.
Okay.
The only assistive technology that will be available are the ones that are being provided by ourselves. We have to arrange for everything, not the professor, not the organization that you're working with, nothing like that.
Wow. Really, so the way it was when I was growing up before the ADA.
Right.
That's exactly it. There was no guarantee of anything unless we provided it, and there wasn't much to provide. But yeah, that's interesting. Wow, that's a good perspective to take. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So here's a big question. Sorry, go talk.
Go. No, it's okay. Go for it.
I forget he's here half the time. Like, I know he's physically here, but I get talking and I just forget to give him a turn to talk. I'm going to give you a chance.
Is this
to talk.
my question?
Probably your
question. Okay, it's my question.
Talking.
All right, I'm gonna jump in before she cuts me off or something. What is one thing you wish more people knew about hearing loss?
Okay, that is a very big question.
It's huge.
It's everybody has a different answer, so we just like getting people's opinions because you bring your history to this question, and so it's always fascinating. There's no wrong answer here,
right?
So it's fascinating to hear what people think.
Yeah. I wish I could ask that question to many more people, myself also, because I love this question. Yeah. So to answer, I wish that more people knew that individuals with hearing loss find it difficult to communicate with a person who has large teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Or has a beard.
Yeah.
Or talks on their own, they talk with very small mouth movements, right?
Oh.
Yeah. When I was growing up, we were told we had to open our mouth and talk, and whoever we had a speech therapy with, the audiologist, the speech therapy would also open their mouth so that we could lip read them. And when I meet a person like this for the first time, maybe with very large front teeth, or with a beard, or with very small mouth movements, I I always find it difficult because it depends on your comfort level with that person, right? It may not always be possible to request them to try different strategies again and again till you are able to understand them perfectly. And if I were to take the easy way out, which is using a transcribe app, uh, I would rather not do that every time because I enjoy having a literal face to face conversation with the person, right? So that I can appreciate other aspects of the person, like eye contact, like facial cues, body language. I really enjoy that process. So, in such cases, when I meet somebody like that, or when anybody else for that matter, when anybody else with hearing loss might meet such a person, it is almost always guaranteed that the person with hearing loss will misunderstand or miss some parts of the other person's speech. I will share a personal experience. I I was talking to a person who had rather large front teeth, and she practically never opened her mouth when she talked. So I believe she said, I will tell you what I felt, I heard. I need some new sweaters. Do you want to come with me? I was so excited about finally going for shopping. And I was like, I called my mom and said, I'm going for shopping with this girl. I'm really excited. And later in the week, she messaged me saying, Can you come and pick up the sweaters that I don't need? It was then that I understood that she must have said something along the lines of, I have some unused sweaters. Do you need them? In addition to all these factors like big teeth and background noise and accent and small mouth movements, I blame my excitement, which probably leads to selective hearing.
Sure.
Yeah. So I felt that she was asking me for shopping, but it was not so.
That's a great story.
Seriously.
And again, it also illustrates kind of our day to day, and it really gives people a sense of what happens in the real moments. Like we can talk about hearing loss in generalities, but to have your real story makes a huge difference. You can speak.
I'm good. I'm done talking. It's all you now. No, I love the anecdotes. It puts a personal spin. That's why we like doing this show, is because it's to show there's no one way to be deaf or hard of hearing. And so to have people like you come on and share your personal experiences, it shows that there's a community here. And we need to have more people talk about this and their struggles and things that work for them, because we're going to reach certain people, and Reshma, you're going to reach certain people. And that's why thank you so much for coming on, because it's just getting that conversation going, and it's going to be an ongoing process, right? It's not going to stop, because as time changes, people are going to have different experiences to share. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You can go.
You want me to go?
You can go.
Are you sure?
It's all you.
Now?
Yeah, we're talking.
All right.
It's all us.
All right, we're going to talk about books, because we always like to show that we are more than our hearing loss, that we have other interests, that we have more of our identity than just being a show about hearing loss. So we always like to talk about a book recommendation. So I'm going to have you start. What book would you like to recommend to our audience?
I love your question about books, because I am a huge book person. I think I could read before I could write. And I have been reading from a very young age. My dad used to buy me books every day, literally every day.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I would just enjoy reading. So to answer your question, my favorite book would be Anne of Green Gables. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. I think on Netflix we have the show called Anne with an E. Yeah, so that is one of my favorite books. It is a classic.
Yes, it is.
I love reading it. I began reading it at the age of, I think, 11 or 12. And every now and then I read it and I enjoy it, even though I have read it several times. To give a brief description of the book, the main character of the book is Anne, Anne. Make sure you don't forget the E. Yeah. So Anne is an orphan who, by accident, ends up being adopted by two middle-aged siblings. She has a very vivid imagination. She talks a lot and she loves nature. In fact, a large portion of the book is devoted to descriptions of the beautiful landscape of Prince Edward Island in Canada. I would love to go there someday. Uh, it is a beautiful place. And what I like most about the book is the descriptive imagery where the author paints vivid pictures with words alone. You know, they don't even have to have a picture book. You can just read the whole book without any pictures, and you can get the whole scene in your mind. And whenever I read the book, the description of each scene in the book makes me feel as though I was a part of Anne's world, right? So, for example, she describes Anne describes a lake. She calls it the lake of shining waters. So, I really like that image. It conjures up in my head. Yeah. So that is my favorite.
Written. It's
Yeah.
beautifully written.
I would love to hear
Yeah,
your
yours
favorite
too.
book too.
Great
Yeah.
choice. I love
great.
it. Well, I
great.
love the sign of good writing, right? Is to be able to picture yourself in the scene. Yeah.
And going back to it time
Yeah,
and time
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
It's so special. That means the book is really quite something.
Absolutely.
All right.
What about you?
What do I have? Okay. I totally
Did you forget?
judged this book by its cover and avoided reading it forever.
Interesting.
The cover art irritates me.
Huh.
It annoyed me.
Okay.
And apparently it's a super popular book. It's called Heart the Lover by Lily King. And it kept showing up on like different book lists. And I see the cover and I'm like, I really hate this artwork. I'm not going to read this book. I don't know what it was that I finally was like, I'll read it. I'll give in. I don't care. I read it on my Kindle so I didn't have to look at that awful cover. It's fantastic.
Is it? Yeah.
It's really good. It's not like the most earth-shattering book you ever read,
Okay.
but it's an easy read.
Sure.
It's like a sweeping... I don't like the mushy romances, okay? I don't go for that. That's not my style.
Okay.
But it's definitely the evolution of a relationship over a long term.
Okay.
Of coming together, separating again, coming together in a different way, separating again. And it's just really well done. And it's very... I identified a lot with it. Because it starts when they're in college and it kind of just takes you through adulthood. It just makes you think about people that come in and out of your life at different times. It was good. I liked it better than I thought I would, considering I hated the cover. I hate the cover.
I will say that as a librarian, I have seen so many people judge a book by its cover. 100%. It's really funny how often that happens. And sometimes it's negative and sometimes it's positive. So
I think I kind of did that with you the first time we met.
Oh, nice. I'm not a book, Julie. So
what highbrow choice
no,
do you have for us today?
It's not really highbrow.
So usually, Reshma, I have like a ridiculous beach read book. And this one is like, oh, I'm reading the history of the period. You know what I mean? Or like the history of the question mark. I'm like, go away. We always have some like highbrow.
It's not highbrow.
What do we have today?
So today I have a Man Called Ove by Fredrik Backman.
Oh, I couldn't get through that one.
Really?
No, couldn't.
I liked. So I'm always a fan. It's a trope, right? The grumpy old man with a heart of gold. That's who I want to be. I want to be a grumpy old man. But I like the story. The characters are really good. Fredrik Backman is really good, I find, character-wise. So I read this and I read I read Beartown, which was about hockey actually,
Oh.
and his characters are fantastic, and so like it's nothing surprising, but I think that he builds a connection with all the characters very well. But if it doesn't speak to you, it doesn't speak to you.
I tried.
I enjoyed it.
It didn't speak.
And that's why we're always recommending different books, because different books speak to different people.
I don't think we have ever recommended the same book ever.
Here and Beyond.
That's different. That's Sherry and Gail. That's like brilliant.
Uh-huh.
Have you read Here and Beyond yet? It's fantastic. It's by Sherry Eberts and Gail Hannon, and it's literally the Bible for living with hearing loss. Highly recommend it if you haven't picked it up yet. We just interviewed them too, not too long ago. This is really, really well done. So that was the only book that we've ever agreed on.
Fire Next Time. I think you did that one as well. James Baldwin.
Okay, that's true.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep talking, and I'm gonna have more books for her.
Most of the time, it's like,
You're right.
I will never pick up anything you read.
So 100. I think we've recorded 105 episodes,
Yeah.
and twice and not the same episode. So anyway, thank you so much, Reshma. Do you have anything else we didn't talk about that you'd like to cover before we let you go? It's not a trick question. You can say no.
I don't think so. I think it would depend on you. Like, do you want to know anything else about me?
I think we've hit all the high points with regards to your hearing loss. I'm sure as we get to know you in time, we'll have more things to revisit. That's it. This has been fantastic. Your story is really interesting. I'm really happy that you agreed to come on and share your experience, which is, all of our stories are very different. So that adds another perspective for sure. And with the international flair that you bring to this, which is exciting to have someone that's not from New England.
It's great. It's really interesting
We
to
love
see
it.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
All right, then.
That's it. We'll see you soon, hopefully, and we'll stay in touch.
Yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your podcast.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Loved having you.
I'm very honored to be a part.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.